Hey guys, Joelle and Mo here. We are currently outside our club in Bristol and we're going to bring you a very special video.
We're here, we're going to surprise two girls, Fatima and Amal. Came all the way from Syria. They're refugees from Syria. They're living in Jordan now. We're really excited to surprise them here in our club. We're going to have a fun day.
Let's go.
Yes. Yes. That's the one. Yes. Molly.
So Squash Streamers is an NGO based in Amman in Jordan, dedicated to empowering young refugee and underprivileged girls through sports and education to support them in accessing better quality academic opportunities and achieving their dreams. I have the fantastic pleasure of working with them there as their director. We work with 40 girls from a number of different nationalities. We work with Syrians, with Sudanese, with Jordanians, all girls with the sole purpose of empowering them through squash, through fitness, through sports in general, through English classes, through homework help. And we work with a lot of disadvantaged communities out there. We work with a lot of girls who attend schools on shift systems, who attend classes that are massively overwhelmed with kids, maybe like 50 kids per class. Girls who are living in really tricky situations, financial situations, social situations. And we're there to support girls like Fatima and Amal to try and achieve better opportunities in their life, scholarships, by becoming coaches, by accessing those opportunities that other people can access and these girls are slightly more disadvantaged to because of the poor start that they've had in life. So Fatima and Amal are both from Syria. Amal is from an area in Syria called Homs and Fatima from an area called Al-Qusayr, which is just outside of Homs. There was a huge migration of people, a huge amount of refugees that left Syria to go to different places, many of whom came to Jordan. Many people, like themselves, travelled on foot through Syria, paying huge amounts of money to ride in the back of trucks, just to be smuggled out of the war zone. When they first arrived in Jordan, they were in refugee camps in the north of Jordan, which is obviously very unpleasant. And then afterwards were moved out into Amman, which is the capital city of Jordan and the main urban hub. There they both live in an area of Amman called Marka. It's a very economically deprived neighborhood. It's a neighborhood where it's very difficult to be a woman a lot of the time.
ما اجينا بشكل نظامي. يعني كان صعب شوي على أهلنا. أنا كنت صغيرة. فيعني كان شوي صعب إنه بابا لحاله وماما لحاله. أنا كنت مع ماما. فهذا شوي صعب. كان صعب على أهلنا. أو يعني ما بعرف الفرق أو يعني الحياة هناك ما بعرفها. ابدا يعني ممكن اتذكر شوي اشياء قليله لما اهلي بيحكوها بس بالاردن كثير عشت يعني في اشياء كثير هون يعني الحياه حلوه بالاردن بس اذا رحنا من الاردن مكان ثاني ممكن يكون احسن.
The life in Jordan better than Syria. Yeah. This is my opinion because I live in Jordan. I love Jordan so much. So
It's home.
yeah, my national. I feel.
You feel Jordanian. You feel Jordanian more than Syrian now.
Yeah. But of course, my national is Syria. I love Syria, but I don't live.
You never lived
just
there?
for
4 years. 4 years.
So I live 10 years.
10 years. So Jordan is home.
At the point at which we went to go and get the passports for the girls, the families were obviously very understandably extremely excited, and the families have been amazing. They've been so supportive of everything that we've done, so supportive of the girls coming here. And we got to the embassy, and when you go to the Syrian embassy in Jordan, as many things are for Syrians, things are quite difficult. So we waited for a really long time to get to the front, and we eventually got to the front with all of these different pieces of paper that we need to take with us. And we got there, and the man in the booth said to us, "Oh no, where's this documentation called Kharaj Qaid?" And we were like, we don't have it. We didn't realise that we needed it, having waited for maybe 2.5 hours. And he was, no, we can't give you a passport without this specific piece of documentation. So we asked about how we were going to be able to get it. And he said to us that the only way to get it would be if we went to Syria ourselves, to Damascus, And we waited about 2 weeks to get this piece of documentation out from Damascus, which obviously was not an option. You know, none of us, not myself, not the fathers, could go to Damascus and wait 2 weeks for this piece of documentation. And the dad kind of, you know, pulled me to the side and he said to me, Daisy, I know now that the rest of my life is going to be like this. I know that the rest of my life is going to be me standing in a queue from 6 o'clock in the morning to wait until 9 a.m. just to be told by that one person in the box that I don't have this piece of documentation that I need to get my ID. I know that the rest of my life is going to be me not legally being allowed to work, earning a terrible wage and knowing if I take a day off work that I might lose my job. I know that it's going to be me living in these extremely harsh and difficult situations, but I refuse to let that be the future for my daughter. And so myself and him then found a different way to get this piece of documentation because he refused to let his daughter's future be the same as the current situation in which he was living.
For me, I had left New Zealand for squash, and playing squash has helped me to see the world, meet different people, different things like that. What about for you guys? What has squash and the Squash Dreamers program, what has it done for you?
I love Squash Dreamers so much, and they help the girls. Yeah, so much the girls. Sorry. They help me in reading math, everything I wanted, and they help me come to the
Their family who are just transformed in what they think their future can be. It's no longer about we have to get her married because this is the only opportunity in the future. It's like she's going to do us proud and she's going to go out and do our country and our people and our family proud. It's very emotive.
Translated? Nice. Nice. You want to take my job today. Basically عاوز اخد شغلتي النهارده. انا ترانسليتر النهارده. صح؟ صح؟
It's so hard. So that's what you want to do for a job?
Yeah.
Be a translator?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
And you want to be a psychologist, huh? You told me.
psychology.
So you want to learn how to read my mind. You want to read my mind, huh? You're a problem. You're a problem. You're not like.
If you could send a message to any of the young girls who might be in your situation, what would you tell them? How is it?
لازم أول شيء تفتكري لغتك، تفتكري جنسيتك، تفتكري ديانتك، تثقي بنفسك، وتدرسي وتتابعي حالك، يعني حتى لو ما بتحبي الدراسة تتابعي حالك هسه مشان تنجحي بالمستقبل وتحققي اللي انت بدك اياه. ما بدي ادرس مثلا، ما بدي اعمل هذا الاشي، ما بدي اكون تعبانة مش جاي على بالي اي اشي، لازم تعمليه مشان هذا الاشي حيفيدك انت بالمستقبل. واذا مثلا حد ما عجبه اشي فيكي انت كنتي حاببتيه، حاول انه يغيروا فيكي، لا لازم يقول لا انت حاببتيه، انت بدك هذا الاشي. وهو طبعا اذا كان يعني عاجبينك ماشي عاجبينك صح، اما اذا كان غلط وانت حاسه انه غلط بس يعني الناس تانية تقولك انه صح، لا انت حاسه انه غلط لا تعمليه، مش اللي حاسه انه غلط لا تعمليه، حاسه انه صح تعمليه، واللي اعمل اللي انت بتحبيه، لا تغيري حالك عشان اي حد ثاني.
You're already a psychologist. You're already a psychologist كده خلاص.
Another huge issue that we have is access to education, and this hits refugee communities hard a bit. It hits girls and underprivileged people a lot more harder in Jordan. Fatima wants to be a psychologist and Amal wants to be a translator, both of which require degrees in Jordan or anywhere else in the world. Therefore, without speaking English and without getting good qualifications when it comes to their TLGV, to their A-levels, they cannot progress on to do anything at all. So for them, you know, coming to Squash Dreamers is so much more than playing squash, which they adore. It's so much more than making friends through and growing in confidence through even kind of bettering their academics for now. It's about the fact that it's offered them a future and it's offered them a different, you know, opportunities which so many other girls would go down, you know, getting married young or not having any formal qualifications. These girls know what they want to do in the future, and they're ready to give all of their effort to make sure it happens by studying hard, working hard, because they believe that they owe it to themselves and they see what they're able to achieve and they want to make sure that they work hard to achieve all that they can.
دائما حاولوا يعني تطلعوا كل شيء، ما تستسلموا. وكمان كلام الناس مو كتير مهم. الشيء الوحيد الغلط اللي كنت أعمله بحياتي إني أستمع لحدا تاني أو إنه كلام الناس أكثر فيني. بس يعني إن شاء الله راح أبطل. يعني راح أبطل، يعني عم بحاول هلا إنه ما أسمع لكلام الناس، لأنه الكلام يعني الناس ما فيها توقف كلام، بس أنت فيك إذا يعني فيك ما تسمع. وما تستسلموا، يعني اشتغلوا أكثر على حالكم، اشتغلوا على أهدافكم.
She's basically saying don't give up, always work on yourself, don't listen to everyone because it's mostly no one knows what you go through, no one knows your journey, so always listen to yourself, like always trust yourself, trust your decisions. Yeah.
About the fact that it's like, you know, somebody will always have a more difficult situation than you and wish that they were in the situation that you have. I find it so inspiring that despite all these difficult things that continue to go on and continue to happen, despite the fact that we nearly even had to cancel their trip here because we weren't going to get all the documentation that they needed, they were still just so grateful for everything that was happening, and they still could find the huge positive in everything that they'd overcome. So like, I think I get very emotional when I talk about it.
بدي اضيف اشي معلش.
طبعا ضيفي اي حاجه. اي حاجه. شوفي انت عاوز تقولي ايه.
هلا مثلا انت شايفه حالك في هذا المكان، مثلا في انت حاسه انه هذا المكان سيء لإلك، بس في غيرك مش عايشه متمني يكون محلك، وانت دائما بتتذمر من هذا الاشي. مثلا اهلك عملوا اشي لإلك وانت ما انبسطتي فيه، بس في غيرك بتمنى انه يكونوا اهلهم عملوا لهم هذا الاشي، او يكون مثلا اهلهم عايشين ويعملوا لهم هذا الاشي. و
So be grateful.
أيوة. وحاولوا إن دائما تحكوا، يعني تكونوا ممتنين للإشي اللي عم يصير معكم في حياتكم، حتى لو كان إشي سيء أو حتى لو كنتوا هذا. أيوة.
دي أهم حاجة، صح؟
ومثلا يعني إذا أهلنا دائما لازم نهتم فيهم، والناس اللي حوالينا، لأن مش عارفين متى حيروحوا، مثلا حيسيبونا.
بالضبط.
يعني بعد عمر طويل يموتوا، مش عارفين متى ممكن اي حد ما تشوفوهم مرة ثانية. دايما حاولوا تضلكم دايما حاولوا تكونوا ممتنين للناس، الاشياء اللي الناس بتعملكم اياها، وتكونوا ممتنين لاي اشي بصير معكم، حتى لو كان حلو لو كان مش حلو. ايوه كونوا دايما سعيدين. ايوه حتى لو كان اشي كثير 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 حزين، حاولوا دايما تكونوا سعيدين وبعد الافكار السيئة. أيوة.
We played some squash with them, we had some fun with them, we spoke with them, we learned a lot about them and from them actually, and personally I feel very lucky to meet them.
Yeah, 100% would agree. It's been quite I didn't really know what to expect from today, but it was, like Mo said, I think we're both feeling very fortunate to hear their stories, and just their smiles are very pure, and see how grateful they are for everything that squash streamers is bringing to them, and squash in general. I know we know we have a great sport, but when you see stories like this coming out of it, it's, you know, it confirms everything we think about the sport. So I think we're both feeling very lucky to have had this experience today. We both follow the program online, and but to be face to face with the girls and actually see the results of what it is doing for them, changing their lives, all for the better. I think it's been amazing to actually be with them in a real life situation, and just laugh with them, speak with them, hear their stories. For me, has been the best part about it.
It's quite inspiring with all the hardship they have, that the faith is still there, because that's something that I believe in my life personally, and it was a very, very unique experience that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
You know, one of the words was grateful, how grateful they are for everything they have. I think sometimes as a professional player, you know, you lose a match and you think it's the end of the world. But when you put it in perspective, you know, some of the things that people go through in life, squash becomes quite minute. So I think, yeah, just the whole, as Mohamed said, the whole experience today is probably an experience that I won't forget either. And I hope that I can see these girls in 10 years really following the dreams that they now have.